guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good and staying safe and staying indoors because we have been hearing rumors about another wave and the pandemic is not over. So please do stay indoors unless absolutely necessary. Now, you know by the title of this video that this time, for the very first time on my channel, I'm going to be doing a Q&A review of the Miss Teen Diva pageant that got over just a couple of days ago. And I am beyond happy. The production of the pageant was spectacular. The Kingdom of Dreams, the venue where last year's Glam Anand pageant happened, the same venue was there for the Miss Teen Diva pageant this time as well. The stage is it has a lot of space, and also there is so much fun choreography that you're going to do into it. And I believe the Glam Anand group is upping its game with the production of the pageants that they do every year. And the level of the pageant just keeps getting better. So I really like that about the teen opportunity that contestants get at such a young age to be a part of such a pageant and to be able to represent India at an international platform. When the pageant was happening around the same time, I did get a lot of queries about how do you participate at Miss Teen Universe, Miss Teen Earth. To go to any of these pageants, you do have to first win the crown at the Miss Teen Diva pageant. And if you want to know more information of how you're supposed to participate, what is the registration fee, and all of those other details, then I've already made a very detailed video about the same on my channel before, which I will link over here so you can go watch that. And one of the main reasons I was so hooked on to the Miss Teen Diva pageant this year and following their day-to-day activities is because 5 Concourse students were actually participating at Miss Teen Diva this year, and I was following all of their performances, and I am so happy to tell you guys that out of 5 of the students, 4 of the Concourse students actually made it to top 20 at Miss Teen Diva. So I'm so proud of my students, for all of them for doing so well. All of them were so confident, performed so well, and I know that each one of them has given their 100%. And also Miss Teen Universe India is Branda Yarabali, who was also a Concourse student back in the September month. She took up the silver package, and then also the October gold package, she was there as well. And so I have seen her put in her 100%. She has moved countries at such a young age. I have endless good things to say about each one of them. But in today's video, let's jump straight to the Q&A review for Miss Teen Diva. Now, at Miss Teen Diva, the format followed this year was, after announcing the top 20 contestants, they did skip to announcing the top 10 contestants, and all of these shortlistings happen on the basis of the performance on that day of the pageant, and also your personal interview and your day-to-day pageant performance and activities before the finale day as well, such as your photo shoots, the quizzes that you get to participate in, and how you conduct yourself overall throughout the pageant. Now, the common question for the top 10 contestants at Miss Teen Diva this year was, what steps or measures need to be taken to eradicate poverty? This is where I'm going to review and analyze the answers given by all of the contestants so that it might help each one of you as well to understand that not just the theory and everything that we learn and prepare for, but when you analyze pageants, you do learn a lot as to what type of tiny mistakes can sometimes make or break the result. The question was the same for all of the contestants, but while one contestant was answering, obviously the other contestants were backstage with their headphones on, and so they could not hear the question. I'll repeat the question one more time. What steps or measures need to be taken to eradicate poverty? The first contestant to answer this question was Kashish. And she said that poverty is the hurdle or the obstacle that we are facing to a developed country, and that we should all take strict measures to end poverty. And if the taxes are increased and that money is distributed to the poorer sections of the community, she believes that that is how we can end the problem of poverty. Now, while the composure with which she said it was good, but what I feel here has happened is that she has not really answered the question, because giving money to the poor is never a solution to poverty. You have to identify what is the root cause of problems such as this. And if you do give money to poorer sections of the society, that is only going to be a temporary or a short-term solution to poverty. It is never going to be the long-term solution. And so that is why I felt that this was not the correct answer to be given in this type of situation. And also, increasing the burden on another section of the society which might not be voluntary, is never the answer. And so I believe that Kashish could have framed her answer better, in the sense that she could have come up with any other point and any other solution. But this one, giving money by taking it from the richer sections, is not the way to go. The second contestant who came on stage to answer this same question was Khushi Gupta. Now, here I want to actually point out one very common mistake that not just Khushi, but I would say a few other contestants made as well, and something that we do cover in the Q&A and interview prep sessions at Concur. When you are answering, the scoring that is given by the judges in beauty pageants is not just on the content of your answer, but obviously your delivery as well. And one of the points that we always talk about is that her answer may not have been great, but she sounded very confident, and that's how she got to top 3 or top 5. Confidence is not just something in the voice or in the body language alone, but one of the key differences between a confident contestant and maybe a not so confident contestant who may appear to be underconfident is the way they start their answer. And here I'm going to talk about the phrase "I think." Never ever, guys, start your answer with "I think." Why? Because "I think" itself portrays that you're not really sure about your answer. The correct way to answer or start answers when you have a situation like this is to say "I believe." I believe is a much more confident way of saying things. I guess, I think, not so confident. So Khushi Gupta started her answer by saying, "I think," and then so and so. She said that the solution to removing poverty is that we should remove unemployment. While that is a solution, but it's not a measure, and that is what the question was asking. And so whenever you have a question where they are looking for a solution, first of all, again, ask yourself, why are they answering or asking me this question? And if I'm just going to tell them something that they already know, that's not really going to impress the judges as much, right? Your answer needs to stand out, and you need to be taking responsibility and show that, oh, this is the action that you have to do. Removing unemployment is very generic, and I would say quite vague. We don't know what steps you meant to be taken in that direction. Again, not just confidence, like I said, is in the way you say "I believe," but your body language and the mic holding etiquette. Something I noticed here is that, and this is not personal to Khushi at all, it was something that I was noticing with all of the contestants, is that when you are given the mic, while they are telling the question to you and you're just listening, do not hold the mic down near your legs. That's something I noticed Khushi was doing, and that also, you can just tell that the person is not ready at the moment to answer a question. Whereas the next contestant, Brenda, who came in, who was also one of the crown winners, was holding the mic like this even while she was listening to the question. And so this is something I would advise all of the contestants to. Sometimes we don't really think about these things, but they do make an impact. The next contestant to answer the question was Brenda, and she said that she started off her answer very well. In fact, I like that she established context a little bit. Now, these are smart strategies to buy a little time to articulate your answer properly. She said that poverty is present in our country, is a problem that is present in our country for a long time now, something along those lines. It's not word to word. And the first thing that we can do is to help. And this is where Brenda actually brought in an emotional touch to your answer. And every contestant has a different way of answering this question. And so depending on your personality, you can always bring in an emotional aspect, because that helps you connect with the audience, which is very smart. And she said that we should treat others the way we would want others to treat us, which I believe is also something that a lot of religions have at the core of all of them, is that we should treat others the way we want them to treat us. And if we keep that moral lesson in mind, that can be a step or a solution to eradicating poverty. While I would have loved to have some more executable plan of action, maybe there could have been 2 points in this answer in total. But even when she stopped the answer there, the reason it came across as so impressive is that, one, she was very, very confident about what she was saying. It was a very thoughtful answer as well. Up next, we had Mehek Luthra, and she again started her answer with "I think," which was the same mistake I was talking about earlier. And she said that first we need to define the problem properly, and then the solution will come to us, and that the pandemic has taught us interdependency, which all of it made sense. It's a great piece of speech, but so far not the answer to the question that was asked. And then she said that we have to collectively work on all of the social problems, including poverty. While I loved the aura and the composure while I loved the aura and the composure, the confidence, everything was amazing. She looked stunning, but it did not answer the question. And so that's where I believe that, in the ranking of the contestants, she may have lost some points just because it did not answer the question of how will you solve or eradicate poverty. It was more of a generic answer, and you have to be very, very specific and convincing. The next contestant whose answer I really, really liked, in fact, was Mahika Bayani. She said, and instantly when she started answering the question, she was smart, she was fast, she could put her thoughts together, and she came in with a personal touch to the answer. She said, I made an advocacy video about humanity. And so our one-stop solution to poverty, or I say any other problem, would be humanity, and we need to understand humans, be kind and compassionate. Bit on the similar lines as to what Brenda was also saying. Both of them added emotional aspects to their answers, which I really liked. It's just the spontaneity with which you can answer, the confidence, because for international level, even the organization knows that, okay, I can train these contestants as to, okay, maybe you need to just, jumble your words a little bit, frame it a little differently, or add this point there. But the confidence and the spontaneity of public speaking is something that I would recommend every contestant in pageants should be prepared for. And so this is where I think Mahika's answer also came across as very outstanding. Then Manath came to answer the same question. Something that she did differently from all of the other contestants is also the greeting, which again is smart. She said, thank you for the question and a very good evening, everyone. And that gives you time to think about your answer, guys. Not just is it good etiquette, but it does give you that extra few seconds to calm yourself down, bring your thoughts together, figure out, okay, well, this is the exact point that I'm going to say, so that you can also wind up your answer at the end. Otherwise, what happens is if we just start answering the question immediately and then we don't know how to wrap it up sometimes. So this is a smart strategy. She said, I believe, which was like a huge tick for me. She repeated the question, which is also a smart strategy. If you are able to repeat the question, which means that she said, I believe the solution to eradicate poverty is, or whatever the question was, you can just repeat it a few extra seconds. Then she said that we should create policies to help the poorer sections of the society and to uplift them. Each one of us has to put in efforts. The question itself being quite a common and cliche question, I believe that her answer was hitting the mark. Could have wanted more if they had more time. She could have gone on and elaborated it. But then there are endless ways to solve the problem of poverty. And so if you have to wrap up your answer in the most generic way, I believe Manath also hit the mark. Then we had one of the popular contestants, Rabia Hora, come in to answer this question. She again said, I believe. That's how she started her answer. So huge tick again. Repeated the question, very smart. This shows that the contestants are prepared. They've done their homework. They know how to perform on that day, because if you just prepare, okay, this type of answer I will say, that's not enough. You need to be able to find the right words at that moment. You need to be able to form a structured answer so that you can have a strong start, a good content, and a strong finish. Rabia's answer was very short, simple, and sweet, and I liked that because it was very concise and to the point. She said that education is the basis of the solution, and more educated people would mean more income, which would mean better job opportunities. And so, in short, that is her solution to eradicating poverty, which I think was good. She could have slowed down a little bit, or maybe emphasized on the importance of education as a pillar a little bit more, because it did feel that she just quickly finished her answer and left. But there was nothing wrong with the answer. Then we had Milan Kumari, who also ended up as the first runner-up at Miss Teen Diva, come in to answer the question. She also said that education is the basis and we are here because we have all been educated, which I liked, the connection with the audience. Then she said that in a country with 144 billion people, now despite this factual slip of the tongue, because I think she meant to say million and not billion, employment is a key factor. And so she went on to elaborate her answer. In fact, one of the most detailed answers out of all the contestants, I would say this was. And she said that we have to introspect our talents and skills. And that actually makes a lot of sense for every single person, not just people who are stricken by poverty, but if we all went in and did a deeper analysis and introspection of our talents and skills and created employment opportunities out of that, the world would just be such a better place. But I would believe that when it came to the topic of poverty as such, this went a little off track, but overall, beautiful, beautiful answer. The second last contestant in the top 10 who came in to answer the question was Shreya. She again did start her answer by saying, I think, which is a red flag. My mind just goes, eh. Then she said that we all have to focus on the collective effort, educate a child whenever we see an underprivileged child. While she was coming to the point, I believe she had the right thoughts in her head, but what happened is that the fluidity in her words was not there. And while she was saying, I could see that she was thinking really fast, which is everything that happens on stage. Your mind just goes at 100 miles an hour and the words are not coming out. This is where a lot of practice and preparation comes in. So I think Shreya, just with a little more practice and polishing, I really want to see this girl again at more further pageants. And the last contestant was Cherisha, who, first my comment that I've written here for her is that she spoke a little too fast, which is why we speak about what is the speed of your speech, what is the pause that you're taking. All of these things do factor in when you're becoming a public speaker. And so it felt a little too fast. Her answer was also very short and concise and actually covered 3 major points. She said that to eradicate poverty, we should provide them with basic needs. First question that comes into my mind here is that she never really spoke about any people. Who is them? Because the question was not talking about any people. So this assumption that you made in your head, I think that really, it stood out to me that there is no them right now. So you have to think about these things. Sometimes you don't realize that it's only in your head. People don't know what you're talking about. And then she said that shelter, education, and food are those basic needs. And if we provide that to them, we would make their lives a little more happier. And then she ended her answer there. So it seemed like at the end of the answer that it was more of what is the solution to unhappiness in the world rather than poverty. I understand where she's coming from. In fact, none of the answers are ever incorrect in a beauty pageant, but it's the technicalities. Because when you're going to be scoring a contestant on an answer to a very particular question and everyone had the same question, so then it comes down to, the smallest of differences. So things like, okay, who is them? She said, I think, and she did not wrap up the answer. Wasn't really answering the question that was asked. It was just somewhere around that topic. Not all social problems were being asked about. So that is my analysis of the Q&A section for Miss Teen Diva. Once again, a huge congratulations to all of the queens, the winners, and the contestants as well. I hope this video helped you figure out what are the nuances and the minor technicalities that sometimes matter in the beauty pageant Q&A round. And I will do a Q&A review of the Miss Universe pageant as well. I know that's been delayed for so long because there's just so much going on my personal life that I will speak about sometime soon. But that is why the video is delayed, but it will definitely be uploaded. I will post that in a few days. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A review and let me know what you guys think. Do your own analysis of what are the answers of different contestants and then how that translated into the result. And so I'm sure you will also get a lot of insights from such analysis. I love you guys so much and I wish you all the best for your upcoming pageants and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye bye.